I have never seen such a filial dog. The owner gave it a piece of dried meat, but it turned around and hid the treat to save it for its mother. This stylish dog is named Buddy. Every day, she carries the food she can't bear to eat outside, crosses several streets, and arrives at a garden by the roadside, where she finds her secret hiding spot and stashes the food away. To prevent it from being discovered, she even covers the food with weeds. After everything is done, Buddy happily leaves. Just as a curious passerby was about to investigate, Buddy suddenly turned back, gesturing for him not to touch her food. Shortly afterward, two other dogs appeared in the scene. They arrived at the spot where Buddy had buried the dried meat and happily started eating it. Buddy rushed back, and the three dogs played together joyfully. It turns out that the other two stray dogs were Buddy's mother and brother. Thoughtful Buddy brings them food every day, never taking a bite of the snacks her owner gives her. She always carries the food to her secret hiding spot and waits for her mother and brother to take it. During the day, she prefers to stay with her mother and brother, and in the evening, she can be seen happily returning to the store. After a day of play, the tired and thirsty Buddy lies on a chair and quickly falls asleep. The owner says that Buddy was originally a stray dog in the neighborhood. One night, her dog mother brought Buddy, who was 2 months old at the time, to the store entrance and then left with another dog. Feeling sorry for the poor pup, the owner adopted her, and the dog mother would visit from time to time. With a home, Buddy now lives a carefree life. Her owner not only dresses her up beautifully, but also provides her with an endless supply of snacks. Even as Buddy grows up, she doesn't forget her mother's nurturing kindness. Every day, she brings food to her mother and brother who are still out on the streets. Perhaps for Buddy, making her mother and brother's lives better is her greatest happiness. One day, the dog accidentally injured its leg. The owner, seeing the sensible Buddy, felt sorry for her and decided to close the store's door to let her rest. But Buddy, who saw this scene, immediately ran over. She looked at the door, unwilling to leave for a long time. Perhaps she thought about her hungry mother and brother. Buddy sadly hid in a corner. The next morning, the owner took the dog to search for her family. Buddy was eager to see her mother, but even after reaching the secret hiding spot, they didn't find any trace of them. When they returned, the owner specially prepared a sumptuous meal for Buddy's family, while Buddy anxiously waited at the door for her mother and brother to appear. Like that, she waited from dawn until dusk. In the evening, the dog mother appeared on the quiet street with her brother. Buddy finally met her long-awaited family. Ignoring the injury on her leg, she excitedly ran towards her mother, as if expressing her concerns. Seeing her mother and brother enjoying their meal, Buddy's heart was filled with joy. After a hasty meal, they quickly disappeared into the vast night. Watching her family's fading figures, Buddy felt an inexplicable sense of melancholy. The next day, she came to the designated spot early as usual, full of longing and anticipation. Buddy's face was filled with longing and her eyes were fixed on that familiar distance. Shortly afterward, the dog mother finally arrived, and Buddy happily surrounded her family. At that moment, the long-lost feeling of happiness returned. But why can't Buddy live happily with his family forever? In this world, there is a kind of love called being together, and there is also a silent love called separation.